Recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 4 of Introduction to Meditation course with Mindful Mountain. I'm Amber, and I'm happy you're all here. We have a lot to practice this evening, so there will be less talking. But I'm going to introduce a new technique this week called Joseph's Coat. I wanted to do a quick review of last week's card to start with. The third week was, I promise to watch the way my mind works to support my interests and attention. I will list the benefits or problems created because of the way my mind works. It was a little difficult for me to get anything going with this, but what came up on the day I did was the way that my mind likes to plan and create organizational tasks. And that supports my interests because I will make a list, I will put it on my calendar, I will carve out time to pursue my interest. And that might look like perusing the news articles with my morning coffee. And it might look like finally creating space to do these meditation classes online. So that is, my mind works by organizing time to pursue my interests. And that is a benefit. Where it is sometimes a problem is when so many interests arise that I only superficially scratch the surface of those interests. So I'll get all excited about, making music out of spider webs, but that's it. I read the article. It was cool, but not necessarily carve out time to do more research or learn more about that. So I checked the box. I read that article. That's cool, but it is sometimes a problem to check that box so quickly without diving a little deeper. So that was something that I came up with for the third week card. I hope you're all finding some value and learning about yourself a little bit with these cards. They're pretty powerful. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen for the slides. There we go. So we did a little bit of card. While I'm at it, I can go ahead and mute everybody. All right, so quick overview. We're going to practice running the energy and listening in as we do our two main techniques. And we're going to introduce Joseph's Coat. Got some info right here. Joseph's Coat of many colors. And this is another one of those surface interests that I have yet to dive more deeply into. This is referenced in the Bible, Joseph's Coat of many colors. We use it as an energetic protection. It's done using the breath and the mind, just like listening in and just like running the energy. We're going to surround ourselves with the colors of the rainbow. So each color corresponds with a chakra. And each color has a slightly different vibration, just as your chakras do. The energy that surrounds us in the world moves on particular vibratory patterns or wavelengths, or think about it of waves of light. And that's how the chakras attract and repel energy. Like is attracted to like. So if something is, imagine some sort of energy wavelength coming toward you, it will be attracted or repelled by that energy in you, whether you're receptive to it or repulsed by it. Joseph's Coat is it's an energetic protection that is put on after you've cleaned your energy and after your mind is stilled. It's you can imagine it like a coat, and that if you are all dirty and junked up and then you seal yourself in that bubble, you're sitting in your funk all day. So imagine sort of cleansing and clearing first and then sealing yourself up in nice calm energy. So the technique is using breath, concentrating and imagining a color at the top of the head as you inhale. And when you exhale, you sort of wash it down around yourself like you're standing in a waterfall. So imagining this color energy draping around you as if you were immersed in water. And it's like a bubble, and it seals under your feet. And then your aura, which is about 3 inches outside your physical body, your aura, your electromagnetic field surrounds your body. And so that first color would lay right on top of your aura, and you can imagine it about, a half inch or an inch thick layer of color. So then you're going to be, by the end of all this, you're surrounded in these layers of colors, like you're wearing a rainbow. And if you remember Roy G. Biv, the colors of the rainbow from elementary school, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, we add to that white and then pink. And I will be talking us through this. It feels very nice. Let's write down the 4th week card, and then we'll meditate. Week 4. I like this one. And as is often the case, this week's card happens to be very pertinent for me this week. I will give myself 3 faith talks each day. That is, I will reassure myself of my capability and certainty to succeed in my quest for self-consciousness and self-illumination. So self-consciousness is awareness of self. Being fully aware of yourself. Sounds to me like mindfulness, paying attention to yourself. Self-illumination. Illumination speaks of light, of enlightenment. So awakening, like the light turning on, waking up, knowing yourself. I will reassure myself of my capability to become enlightened and self-aware. And I am certain that I will succeed in doing so. Sort of that fervent prayer for awakening that is required for your life to come upon a path of self-awakening practice. You have to almost be desperate for it to come in line. I'm going to stop sharing and come back to the screen. Let's get comfortable and ready to meditate. We sit upright, legs crossed at the ankles, either Indian style or on the floor in a chair. Thumb and forefinger together, palm down. After we've run the energy, because we're moving energy from our hands into our legs so we can cleanse it out, I often move my hands to my lap, but I will interlink these fingers so that they're still thumb and forefinger together, and just do that in my lap. So you can do that if you'd like. But to run the energy, palms are down on the knees or thighs. Remember to be comfortable. Let's take a few deep breaths. And direct our awareness, our consciousness, to the top of the head. This is where we're always centered to meditate, at our mindful mountain. And we begin by imagining, asking for, visualizing a nice, bright, golden energy building up at the top of the head. We're going to move that energy down into the forehead. Think about it being your center of will. And then we let it wash down over the face. Throat, neck, across both shoulders, and then down the arms. Just going to let it settle in the hands and leave it there. Attention back to the top of the head for the second movement. Building up light. Move the energy into the forehead. In the second movement, we send it back through the brain. And then down the spine. Golden energy is associated with healing. Just imagine that this energy from the spine goes wherever it needs to. Following the nervous system into any organ or muscle. All the way down the spine, through the sacrum, to the very tip of the coccyx. And then continue through the hips, the upper legs, And with that energy from our hands, we can flush it down the lower legs, out the feet, and it dissolves away. We go back to the top of the head. Ask for golden light. And we move this ball of golden energy into our willpower center. And then we let it wash down the face and neck. Across the shoulders. And down the arms. Into the hands. You might feel your palms tingle. That's the first movement. Always back to the top of the head. Second movement, down into willpower. And then back through the brain. And think about balance. This will help bring balance to the hemispheres. Like a wave washing front to back. And then down the spine. Every vertebrae. Down to the coccyx, through the hips. And we're flowing down the legs. That energy from the palms. So we can flush it all out the feet. Washes away. You may have the sense that at the top of the head, the energy is bright and clear and vibrant. By the time it's flushed through the body, you might have some murkiness or dull. It's working. Let's go back to the top of the head. Run the energy one more time. Nice bright light. into willpower, clarify and strengthen our will, also helps us bring the energy under our control so we can direct it. And learn to work with it. Let it flow down over the face. Neck, across the shoulders, down the arms. And try not to just skim the surface, but through the arms, in the shoulders. Let it stay in the hands, back to the top of the head. Once again, into willpower. And back through the brain. Moving down the spine. And from the spine, the energy moves through the body, wherever it needs to go. For healing, calming, loving. From the coccyx, continue through the hips, down the legs, and with the energy from the hands, flushing down, out the feet, let it go. Flows more easily by now. Consciousness back to the top of the head. Next, we'll practice listening in. Gentle pressure on the eyes, eyeballs rolled back, closing off the ears, nice and tight, play with it. About 5 deep breaths, listening inside. And as we lower our arms, and try to maintain that inner focus, quiet. Let's listen in a second time. If you get the pressure just right, go with it. You can lower your arms. Even in the absence of hearing any sounds, finding that perfect quiet is so peaceful. It makes me want to listen in more. Let's practice one more time. Bring your arms down. And stay with that quiet. As we go into simple meditation at the top of the head, mantra with breath. I am the light. I am the light. Thoughts come up and they go right by. We have done our technique to cleanse our energy. We've done our technique to focus our energy, calm the mind. We've practiced some simple meditation a few minutes to enjoy it. And now we will put on Joseph's coat. Our attention is at the top of the head. And just as we've practiced with golden energy to run the energy, now let's make it red. A ball of red energy at the top of the head. All these colors should be clear, vibrant, bright, pure. So we'll take a deep breath, inhale, and just concentrate that color. You can imagine condensing it down into a tight pinpoint. And as you exhale, let it wash down around you, behind you, all the way down underneath you, and imagine sealing it under your feet. This is laying right over your aura. Red. There's no holes, there's no wrinkles. Just a smooth sheet of red. Back at the top of the head. Next is orange. The red is corresponding to the root chakra, the base. Orange is for spleen. Nice and vibrant. We use the breath. Inhale, concentrate it. Exhale, release it. It's going to wash down around you, laying right over the red. All the way down under your feet. Orange. Now yellow or gold. Think about sunshine bright color. This is for the heart. Just imagine it in your mind's eye. Bright yellow at the top of the head. Let's use the breath. Concentrate it. Exhale, release it. Like you're in a waterfall. It's washing down around you. Behind you, underneath you. Like a bubble. Yellow. Top of the head. Next, green, life power. Like a nice bright grass green. This darker color should still be like bright. Concentrate it with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Down around you. There, under the feet, tuck it in. Sealed up. Top of the head. Next is throat, intellect, blue. Deeper blue than the sky, more like ocean blue. Concentrate it. Inhale. Exhale. Release it. Washes down over you. Smooth sheet of color. Now for our forehead, willpower chakra, indigo. This is a deep color, purplish blue. It shouldn't be swirly, murky. It's clear and vibrant. Strong. Concentrate it with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Fountain it. The mind moves the energy. The breath gives it power. Use the breath. Tuck it in underneath you. Sealed up in indigo. And now for the crown chakra, violet. Center of intuition, insight. More of a pinkish purple, lighter purple. Top of the head, inhale. Exhale. Surround yourself in violet. All the way down. It's still just as vibrant at your feet as it is at the top of your head. Imagine it to be so. That is all the colors of the chakra, colors of the rainbow, of the spectrum. We will add 2 additional colors. Pure, bright, white light is the most high energy, protective color. So nice, bright, clear white. This is the color of pure energy, life force. It feels a little different. Top of the head, inhale it. Exhale. All the way down. Sealed up in white. It's almost sparkly. It's energetic, alive. So powerful and energetic and alive that it can be irritating to others. And so we'll just soften that with a layer of pink to finish off our coat. Pink is very gentle and calming. Soft pink like a rose. Last color, top of the head. Concentrate it with your inhale. Exhale. Wash it down over you. Pink. And back to the top of the head. Just spend a few breaths breathing into this coat, filling it with trust, confidence, and certainty in your capability. Each color will protect each chakra from energy that would come from outside and damage or harm. It will not keep out love. Receptivity and positivity are welcomed. Your energy decides that, not your mind. We put on this coat and we trust that we are protected and you have the right to do so. Mentally, you're expressing gratitude to yourself for taking this time and making this connection. And we bring our energy down between the eyes, the bridge of the nose. And you may feel as if you're settling back in to your form. And we gently rub our eyes, stretch, come out of meditation. That was nice. For every semester of class, as you progress through these techniques, there is an energetic protection associated with each technique. Joseph's coat is a primary one that I return to frequently. Thoughts, questions, concerns?
I was hearing you remind us that nothing, when listening in and we don't hear anything, that's peace. Because I kept fretting, I'm just not hearing anything.
Yeah.
I'll quit fretting and just enjoy the peace.
Just enjoy the peace, yeah. It's the thought I had was that this quiet and stillness is that space between breaths feeling. That when your breathing slows and you get very quiet and peaceful, And you just want that pause to continue. That's what listening in brings. Very peaceful. Like I said, once you get it, when you can find your sweet spot of pressure and where to press, and sort of have to press harder than you'd think. I do. Like my ear flaps even get a little numb. My thumb joints are starting to hurt. But you got to get past the physiological sounds of hearing your heartbeat or air moving. Press pretty hard.
Yeah, last week when you talked about you press in and kind of pull forward, I tried that, and that was a wonderful variation from what I've ever done.
Good. Yeah. And I noticed that physically you want to roll your eyelids up, your eyeballs up. And I noticed my head kind of wanting to tilt back a little bit too. So whatever feels good, do that. And even when I bring my arms down, my head sort of wants to draw back, and it's like wanting to, fall back inside yourself. Good.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're attending. Thank you all for being here. There will be more, and each technique, there's more to talk about for each one. I don't want to talk all the way through meditating because we're trying to be quiet too. So, bearing with me. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Join the next hour if you can. If not, I'll see you next week.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night, Amber.